A major revelation is set to shake Coronation Street next week as one resident finally comes clean about a shocking incident. At the same time, they admit that Summer Spellman was never responsible for Theo Silverton's death. Summer remains behind bars after being charged with the crime, despite repeatedly insisting she was innocent. She told investigators that someone could verify Theo was alive when she left him, but that witness failed to support her story. It was later revealed why. The witness had in fact seen Summer leaving the apartment after a tense confrontation with Theo. Looking up toward the window moments later, he saw Theo alive and well, strongly suggesting that Summer could not have been the killer. In upcoming scenes, the truth finally comes out as the witness confesses that Summer is innocent of the murder accusation. He also admits his own involvement in a separate incident and explains why he has avoided helping to clear her name. Meanwhile, Carl Webster edges closer to discovering what really happened on the night he was seriously injured. Viewers know that Carl's injuries were caused during an accident at the garage when a vehicle slipped from its support equipment and landed on him. At the time, Carl had been drinking and was working underneath the vehicle while tampering with its brakes. Someone attempted to gather evidence of his actions by recording him, but accidentally knocked the equipment holding up the car, causing it to shift and release the vehicle. Another resident later pulled Carl to safety and helped conceal what had happened. As Carl begins experiencing flashbacks from that night, he tells the guilty party that he now remembers the incident occurred in the garage. The revelation leaves him rattled, especially as he struggles with guilt over keeping silent, when his testimony could help free Summer. He eventually decides to confide in his wife, revealing both the truth about Carl's accident and the fact that he saw Summer on the night in question. During the emotional confession, he explains that he possesses information capable of proving Summer's innocence. However, he fears coming forward because it would also expose his own role in the events surrounding Carl's injuries and explain his absence from the wedding celebration. As his wife listens to everything he has been hiding, she realizes the importance of the evidence. She immediately demands his phone, aware that footage connected to Carl's accident is stored on the device. The question now is whether she will persuade him to hand the evidence over to the authorities and clear Summer's name, or continue protecting his secret just as others have done. Coronation Street viewers have been praising an upcoming twist involving Carla Connor as Sam Blakeman's emotional storyline reaches a critical stage. Next week, Carla becomes an important figure in Sam's mental health struggle. Although she has not previously shared scenes connected to the teenager's difficulties, she steps into the story at a moment when her experience proves invaluable. In fact, Carla is the first person to truly recognize what Sam is going through, helping others understand the seriousness of his condition. Up until now, no one has realized how much he has been deteriorating mentally as he continues experiencing imagined conversations and unsettling visions. From being targeted by Will Driscoll to receiving disturbing guidance from Roy Cropper in his hallucinations, Sam has been battling his fears alone and keeping his suffering hidden. The situation reaches a crisis point in the coming episodes when both Roy and Will begin noticing signs that something is wrong. At the same time, Sam starts questioning whether what he is seeing is actually real, and panic soon overwhelms him, causing him to flee. As concern grows among his family and friends, Sam refuses to open up about what he is experiencing. However, Carla eventually locates the frightened youngster and stays by his side, trying to provide reassurance and support. She quickly contacts Sam's father and informs him of their location, hoping he can help bring his son home safely. While waiting with him, Carla watches as Sam becomes increasingly distressed, convinced that people are plotting against him. His anxiety continues to rise, and Carla works hard to keep him calm and prevent him from running away. Despite her efforts to comfort him, the arrival of his family only makes matters worse, prompting Sam to bolt. During their conversation, Carla comes to an important conclusion about what is happening. She later tells Nick that Sam appears to be experiencing psychosis. The revelation comes as a major shock, but Nick trusts Carla's judgment. Her confidence comes from personal experience, having previously endured psychosis and severe hallucinations herself during a mental health crisis. Her own condition developed following traumatic events, and her symptoms became increasingly dangerous before those around her understood the severity of the situation. Eventually, she received the support she needed and recovered. Years later, that experience allows her to recognize the signs in someone else. Even though revisiting those memories may be difficult, Carla is determined to help Sam through his ordeal. After weeks of his struggles going unnoticed, Carla immediately understands the fear and confusion he is facing. Whether her intervention will be enough to help him remains uncertain. Fans have applauded the writers for involving Carla in the storyline, describing the decision as a perfect full-circle moment. One viewer commented that Carla helping Sam feels completely natural and highlighted how moving it is to see her using her painful past experience to support someone else. Another fan agreed, saying that Carla's own history with psychosis makes her the ideal person to guide Sam through this difficult period, and that the scenes are likely to be powerful. A third viewer praised the choice, stating that while the show does not always get every storyline right, making Carla the person who understands Sam's situation was exactly the right move. A final fan expressed relief that Carla had finally become involved, pointing out that she is one of the few characters who can truly understand what Sam is experiencing. Coronation Street viewers are convinced that another major pregnancy twist could be on the horizon as speculation continues to grow over Sarah Platt's recent behavior. Fans of the ITV soap have become increasingly suspicious following a series of unusual events involving the character. Concerns first emerged after she was violently attacked and left unconscious by Jody Ramsey during dramatic scenes that aired at the end of April. The shocking incident formed part of a tense week of episodes that ultimately concluded with the death of Theo Silverton. Prior to the storyline, Theo had been identified as one of several characters who could potentially meet a deadly fate. Sarah became caught up in the chaos when she arrived at her brother's house and discovered the property had been completely ransacked. The destruction followed a heated confrontation between David and Jody after she tricked him into a compromising situation by pretending to be her sister. While investigating the damage inside the house, Sarah came across a keepsake box belonging to Jody. Viewers had previously seen the collection of unusual souvenirs, which included items such as a USB drive and a photograph of Bernie Winter. Moments later, Sarah was struck from behind and left unconscious on the floor. She remained there until Shona returned home and found her injured before David arrived and called for emergency assistance. At the time, Shona believed that the people searching for Jody had returned and that Sarah had simply become an unfortunate victim of the situation. Since the attack and Theo's death, viewers have noticed a growing number of scenes involving Sarah and Gary Windus. The pair have also repeatedly defended one another whenever questions or accusations have been raised. Their behavior has prompted speculation among fans, with many wondering whether a secret romance is developing between them. Others suspect they may be hiding important information connected to the ongoing murder mystery, especially as Gary remains one of the main suspects. During Thursday's episode, Bethany Platt visited the salon to celebrate her 26th birthday while having her hair styled by her Uncle David. During their conversation, she revealed that her mother had forgotten the occasion entirely. When Gary appeared, Maria commented that Sarah was in trouble for overlooking her daughter's birthday. Gary quickly came to Sarah's defense, pointing out that she had recently suffered a serious attack and deserved some understanding. Later, during a birthday gathering at the bistro, several family members continued to criticize Sarah for forgetting the special day. Growing frustrated, she reminded everyone that she was still dealing with the effects of a traumatic head injury. However, the atmosphere changed when Jody unexpectedly arrived and began asking questions regarding Theo's murder investigation. Sarah immediately appeared uneasy and soon decided to leave. Back at home, Sarah found herself discussing the situation with Kit, who questioned whether Maria would be willing to provide a false alibi for Gary if necessary. Meanwhile, over at the Rovers, Maria expressed concerns about Gary's growing closeness to Sarah due to their complicated past. Once again, Gary reacted defensively, further fueling suspicions among viewers that something significant may be going on behind the scenes. Emmerdale is broadcast on ITV1 every weekday at 8 p.m., with episodes available to stream from 7 a.m. on ITVX and YouTube.